think when you look at a brand, you want it to inspire you. Like good art, you should feel. Our namesake is after Michelangelo's masterpiece, David. When you look at all the meaning that is in the sculpture of David and when it takes really the idea of like sculpting something perfect, there's sort of like two values that come from that, which is around intelligence and discipline. We find those values are the same values we have with when it came to designing the product. If you've ever been there in person, it's like this magnificent, it has this aura and it's awe-inspiring. And so when you see a brand, you want it to stand for something. And I think there's no better symbol of that than David and what it takes to sculpt something.
Peter Rahal, the 38-year-old co-founder of nutrition bar brand RxBar, thinks about protein constantly, and not just for his own health. Rahal has been dreaming of creating a new bar since the day he and his co-founder Jared Smith sold RxBar to Kellogg's for $600 million in 2017. Rahal made that dream a reality in September when he launched David, or as he calls it, the final protein bar. David claims to be the most protein-dense bar in existence and is backed by high-profile physicians Peter Attia, who is also a minority investor, and Andrew Huberman.
So David is made of 28 grams of protein, 150 calories, and 0 grams of sugar. 75% of its calories coming from protein, which is the market leader. And the benefit is getting the most protein with as little other things as possible. So it benefits a wide range of people looking for a meal replacement, people looking for a snack on the go. If you want a really efficient snack that is really value dense, the most protein possible, you can't get a better product.
Rahal took the opportunity to create a new product in October 2022, once his 5-year non-compete agreement with Kellogg's expired. He spent a year developing David with his co-founder, Zach Rainin.
Prior to David, I was running a low-carb cookie business called Raise. I met Peter through an investor who connected us. Peter thinks a lot about high-level company direction and strategy, and I think a lot about how to achieve that strategy in the most effective and efficient way. It's really fun to work with someone who is not afraid to challenge what you typically see out in the market or the way that people typically do things. If you aren't going to do things that others are uncomfortable with, you're probably not going to build anything great.
With $300 million from his share of the RxBar sale, Rahal led David's $10 million seed round with an investment of $6 million. Rahal's second act now resembles the early years of RxBar. With David in motion, he moved to New York in 2023 to build the business.
We're building this company with the same values, so we're really laser focused on the customer, the product, and if it turns out if you do those things right, everything works out. When you're a first-time entrepreneur, you cannot fail, right? And so you just overdo it. You have a tendency to overdo everything. If you get the product right and get product market fit right, your margin for error is just much larger.
The protein bar industry is growing, but it's becoming murkier to define as more companies start injecting protein into pre-existing products. The world's biggest candy conglomerate, Mars, started putting protein into Snickers bars in 2023. And in 2021, General Mills created protein bars from their popular cereal brands, Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Golden Grahams. Although Kind Bars never touted itself as a protein-based snack, the company caught onto the wave, releasing its first protein-forward line of bars in 2018.
From the very beginning, Peter and I got together and said, hey, what is missing from the protein bar space? And what we saw was a highly saturated market, but not really a competitive one. And by that, we meant there are a lot of products out there, but not a lot of products that really deliver on the goal of what a protein bar should be.
That was one of the biggest challenges, is how do you jam as much protein in something, making it machinable, and then making it delicious. It's super hard to do, actually.
The current iteration of David includes milk protein isolate, collagen, and whey protein, and is held together with substances like allulose and polydextrose. It's a far cry from RxBar, which used easy-to-pronounce ingredients, like eggs, and whose slogan was no BS.
When we look at the core tenets of a healthy diet, we see really 3 that ring true. No matter what sort of diet tribe you may belong to, the science behind eating sufficient amounts of protein, not consuming too many calories, and minimizing blood sugar spikes kind of reign true. David was designed from the very beginning to be the best bar possible on these 3 metrics.
In this business, you can't do it alone, and so you have to have really good suppliers, good partners, all down the value chain. So for us to scale, you have to lay a really good foundation of people you work with. And so for the next 3-6 months, that's our priority, is laying down the supply chain and foundation to scale a great business and great product. As we prove out the product and get bigger, we hope to expand those conversations.
Based on revenues earned since launching David in September, Rahal expects to make $33 million for the company's first year, nearly $31 million more than RxBar made in its first year.